All right, well, college football season is fast approaching, so it's high time, I think, that we start getting down to some handicapping advice to get out to you guys. Now, to do that, we need our college football expert, Ross Benjamin. Good thing he's on the line with us right now. Now, Ross, just like handicapping any other sport, trends are such powerful tools, but college football brings along a bit of a different set of angles that you can work with, and I hear that you got one today that you want to share with us.
I certainly would. Now, let me differentiate the difference between a trend and an angle. A trend applies to just a specific team, where an angle applies to a broader base, all teams in certain situations. And this is one of those betting angles where it involves a conference home favorite of 13 or less with a winning record, Matt, and playing in games 2 through 6 of the season. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. It's a small sample size because, as you well know, and I'm sure a lot of the college football viewers out there know, much of the conference schedule for each team happens in the second half of the season. In games 1 through 6, you see very few in that regard.
Absolutely. Now, in looking at your article and reading it here, I see that the teams who fit that model in 2013, almost 60% against the spread, and even better straight up. Now, what does that tell you about this angle, and was it consistent with the numbers that we saw last season?
Well, I mean, this is one of those flip-flop jobs, I call them, okay? So basically, when I see a small sample size like this and I go annually from year to year, more times than not, you're going to see if it was successful one year, the next year it's not, and then it flops again, excuse me, in the following year. And that's been the case in 2013, 2014. And with this particular angle and the exact scenario that I just described previously, this angle went 19 and 13 against the spread in 2013. That's 59.4%. And those teams won 26 of those 32 games straight up. That's 81.3% of the time. And then if you tighten that up even more in 2013, if they were a favorite between 7 and 13, they improved to 11 and 7 against the spread, which is 61%, and 15 and 3 straight up. Now in 2014, we saw the contrarian effect take place, Matt. With that same exact scenario, this produced 9 and 29 against the spread for the home favorite in that situation. 32.1% of the time they covered in 38 games last season in this exact scenario. And they were also just 19 and 19 straight up. As a matter of fact, if they went from 7 to 13, like I just described in 2013, they fell to 2 and 16 against the spread, in addition to 7 and 13 straight up. So you could see the disparity from year to year, Matt. And most times than not, when we see this, 2013 was very good, 2014 not so good, 2015 I anticipate we'll see this particular betting angle either equal or surpass what we saw in 2013.
Yeah, absolutely. As we know from looking at these angles, a lot of the times we go back and forth and back and forth. I think that 2015 could be another year that this hits very well for us, the conference home favorites. Ross, I want to thank you for coming on. You've been giving us a lot to consider in the weeks leading up to the first week. And hey, guys, we're definitely going to be continuing our coverage of NCAA football all summer long and all the way through till January right here at Sportsbook Review.